What's up, guys? CastnBlast here, and like I said, this week I'm going through Town Hall 9 attacks, so we're going to look at what is going on with air. I'd love to show you some good war attacks. We're still seeing these, everywhere. You guys thought that last video was crazy? Check this one out. What is going on, guys? It's insanity sauce. So, I mean, this is what we're seeing dealing with every war. But from the sounds of it, I recorded that last video, and right before I put it out, Supercell put out that tweet. They saw that there's some discrepancies and some war stuff, so they were going to go back and redo matchmaking. I mean, how many defenseless maxed out 11s were at the bottom, and more Town Hall 11s and just mixed in here. I mean, these things are crazy, but we're gonna look at these Town Hall 9 attacks that work. And first up is air and the things you can do right with air. Ready? So air comes in a variety of forms, right? So this first one we're gonna look at is a high value queen walk. Going in straight air, he brings a Skelly spell, deal with the enemy queen. But air is powerful. Loons, when you put some pressure behind them at Town Hall 9, I mean, at every Town Hall, they fly over walls. You don't have to worry about them punching at walls. You don't have to worry about giant bombs, spring traps, everything that ground does. It's just, why even worry about all that stuff? Just fly right over and smash the base. And that's why I'm a huge fan of air. And there's so many different ways, not just queen pop. So as you'll watch here, a queen walk into a LaLoon, very strong, and you need to get some value out of the queen. He cuts a nice funnel with the baby drag, which drops his queen. And remember, the queen's gonna be able to cover over a couple wall spaces, so he's wanting to pick up this line of the base, right? That's gonna get him a lot of the base cleared, leaving with 3 different air defenses. One's over there by the queen. She's sitting on the outside. You could pick her off with a suicide hero, or as you'll notice, there's not any bomb towers, not a lot of splash that's going to deal with Skelly spell. So a Skelly spell is a good idea to bring along. But you got to wait for your queen walk to develop. So she steps up, clears out some buildings, clears out one whiz tower. And as she's getting down, throws that rage in, gets down an archer tower. Remember, whiz towers are the ultimate enemy of bunched up loons. So he's taking down some whiz towers there, and he picks up two bombs there on the outside. So I'm not too sure why a lot of people are putting those type of bombs on the outside rather than the black air bombs that instantly kill your healers, but takes care of that. The queen steps up. He brings a hoglong to pull the CC. She takes out one air defense, and he knows what she's going to keep on walking. So he just goes to work on the loons now. You don't want to waste too much time. You got to develop a little bit, but too much time, you might have a time fail. So brings along, puts that rage perfectly. So the loons split on those defenses, and it helps out both packs. Kind of has the hounds sit down there and plop on the queen. He does the double pop style, pops his hounds, uses the pups, throws the rage and that Skelly spell. You can already see those Skellies going to work on her. And more pups join the party, more Skellies join the party. And if they didn't get her, the loons were there to finish off the last of the defenses, and they would have got the queen. So just a lot of synergy with those troops in that queen spot. Now he just throws up a couple cleanup troops on the outside. His queen's still alive. He used his king simply for cleanup and saved Onder in case he had to tank. A giant swag right there. And that's just how powerful air is. And I think if you watched our war attack video last war, I'll throw that attack in at the end, but he swagged some spells too. And that's air is just so powerful. Of course, you guys know Queen Pop, and when you're facing giantly engineered clans that are Town Hall 11 sitting down here with trash defense, Queen Pop is a perfect takeout squad for it. So it's a max 30 queen, but he pulls out the CC. You guys know queen pop, so I'm not going to go into giant detail about it. Kills off the CC. You want to bring in your loons. You know, you got some rages and haste. This is going to make a nice little triangle there. Bring his troops all the way to finish right on that queen. And they're going to pop and kill her. And that's the goal. So he uses one haste and then just double rage through the core. Probably didn't even need that rage. Still got hounds left over. And this is just, it's the ultimate attack for this trash guy. You can take out such high level defenses with the air, and Queen Pop will just run right over that base. So easy 3-star. We'll take a look at some other type of attacks. So I showed you guys this type of attack before. Queen Walk using minis and some air, just all rages. With a little bit of swag again. Air is just so freaking powerful, guys. I don't know why the game's gotten so far away from air. I mean, which is, yeah, OP. I get it. And I think so many clans went anti-air, but now you got to look at the base a little bit differently. So as you'll see, Bond, gonna use his Queen Walk, get to the CC pull. He's starting to clean somewhat with some minis, and you'll see a bunch of mini used here in a second. But Wizards on the outside and King just to help keep cleaning and cleaning. Wants his queen to step up, so she starts her walk, starts shooting a lot of that outside splash. And of course, you want all that splash kind of got down. I mean, that splash will eat through your minis, and it hurts the loons a lot. So he gets 3 of the Wiz towers down already, working on that Archer tower and another Tesla. Then he's going to come and wall break in, get that CC out of there. You know, he's got to get the CC out so he can start his air portion of the attack. And you'll notice he left all the air defenses up. He's just getting that splash down, getting a lot of that point defense down. He's only used one spell. Here comes his second one, just to strengthen up those wall breakers. And you know, unfortunately, he had to kind of use his queen's ability as his healers kind of got blown away from her, and those expos just kept wearing her down. But there comes the double poison. The queen's going to take care of that, and now it's game on. Time to bring your loons through. So he pathed in the loons, so they're going to first go right into that expo. Here comes his next hound and loons, and just tons of minis. Those minis are going to roll in. It's just bunched up air defenses. So he's still got a couple rages. He's using a rage right there. That's going to get his pack of loons ripping through those air defenses. And minis are going to keep following behind him. So he's kind of waiting for his last hound to pop. And there it goes. Still got that giant pack of loons. Queen's back at full health thanks to those healers. And there's his cleanup troops. He's still got a wall breaker of rage and 2 archers left in the bank. And that is air, guys. That's air. There he goes. Swags it over the Wildcats logo. So just air strong. If you guys haven't tried it, gotta get on the air train. Let's take a look at one other idea. So I think one thing a lot of people forget about is the easy grabbable queen, such as this situation. This is just a good all around air base. You got, you know, air defense sitting in 4 corners. Pretty much the Wiz towers are almost touching each air defense. So you know you can turn them towers. And the only problem is you got to deal with this queen over here, right? So easy grabbable. You can either queen pop her or just send your king right in at her and have him aggro and take her out. There's not a lot of defenses that are surrounding her. So if it's an easy grabbable queen, do the easy thing and grab the queen. As you can see, just drops the king right down on the wall break, and boom, king's ability, goodbye enemy queen. And that's what you call a suicide hero. So, he's able to pull the CC out. That is very nice and noble of him to do. It will help your queen kill the CC that much quicker. So drops his queen to kill the enemy CC, and this is like just in queen pop, you know, a lot of air troops and a lot of spells to take down the base. Anytime you can bring an overwhelming amount of air troops, an overwhelming amount of spells, goodbye base. And your heroes are simply used to kill the CC, and in this case, just suicide into the queen. Anytime you can do that, and then finish off the base with spells. So comes in, separates his hound on each defense. That's turning the wizard towers. Anytime you can do air, bring a hound across a wizard tower and plant it, sit it right down on that air defense, plop her down, and turn that whiz tower. You see how he's turned away from the loons? Do that. Always look for that opportunity when doing air. That is just my number one advice, guys. Make sure you do that. And then separating your hounds when you send them in. Let them pick up a lot of those traps for your loons. They'll just be happy in the long run. So those loons come in. He's throwing down a lot of haste for them. He's throwing down some heals, throwing down some rages. That's a lot of spells for troops. He's still got a rage, and he's got so many loons. So he rages up that giant pack of middle loons over to that last air defense, hoping that hound will pop, and it finally does as backup arrives. Good for them. Just get some more pups, right? More pups, the better. Those loons go on, finish off that last couple defenses sitting over there, which is perfect because they need to go over there to clean up as well. Swags in that wall breaker, swags in a couple minis and some archers and whatever. Didn't need those troops anyways. Nice 3 stars. So just some good ideas, different ideas on air. Simple things, you know, picking up easy queens or picking up easy queen walks. Make sure you do those things. Like I said, this from our league war, and a very fun attack here, right? I showed this, but I'll just let it play as I'm wrapping up here. If you guys don't watch my league replays, I know they're not, I don't know, super popular for some reason, even though you're seeing the highest built bases with the most skilled attacks in them at every level. I mean, I think those things should be the gems of all the videos, but you know, different type of thing. Not a lot of people like sitting and watching a war recap, I guess. But so easy queen, like I talk about, if she's sitting on the outside, pick her up, and he's bringing 3 hounds and 28 loons and 10 minis and all those spells to the game. I mean, goodbye base, overwhelming, and he's gonna haste some spells again. So separating their hounds, separating the loons, just giant amount of air troops. Air crushes bases. It doesn't matter. Air's where it's at. So yeah, I hope you guys like it. This gives you some ideas. I don't know what's happened to air. You don't see it anymore. You see witches, you see hogs. And then every once in a while, someone will randomly do some giant healers or something weird. Air. I don't see air a lot out of other clans. I know my clan still does it a lot, but just not as much as these other attacks. So maybe this has given you guys some ideas, some tips how to get better with air. The more air, the better. That was the whole point of Queen Pop. You're bringing more air troops is a good thing. So pick up these easy queens, all these meta bases, sticking queens on one side of the base and all the defenses on the other. Thank you. Easy queen grab. So make sure you guys hit like and subscribe. Ask me any questions if you gotta. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. It's at CastnBlast_COC. And like I said, guys, we're definitely looking for Town Hall 10s, Town Hall 11s that want to come try out, be in some League War games. Join the AZ Wildcats. Follow us. Our hashtag is GLRJRY. Hashtag GLRJRY. That's our clan tag. Come give us a try. AZ Wildcats. Check us out. And as always, appreciate it. I'll check you guys next time.